Hello. Martin Luther King once said that he had a dream. This dream was equality for all people in all shapes and forms. Specifically focused on black versus white, which makes perfect sense considering the time period. Now we focus on equal rights for homosexuality. We also focus on equal rights for people just as a whole in general within society. Doesn't matter where you're from or what you're doing. My dream is beyond all that. I see that the equal rights will happen. It's just something that's being slowed by a previous generation. Unfortunately, a generation which has caused most of the problems that we are in today. The thing is, this generation needs to take a lesson from it. It's not the lesson to continue hate, to continue as a form of capitalism. My dream is to see the world changed. Beautiful. Sky's the limit, literally. There is nothing that we cannot do. We can go into the stars, we can explore everything. We have discovered the Higgs boson, probably the single most important discovery that we have had, but we have not even put it out on the news in America. Put it out a whole lot. Because we are existing in such an old state, where if we look to the future, that discovery will probably be more important than electricity. That discovery will make everything change. We have the technology to put ourselves into the future, a balanced system of pure technological growth, of exponential growth, for which we as humans can develop from and become greater than. We can surpass what we have had. We just need to move past these old ways, these old systems of thought, these old things that close us off. We have the ability to make our world free and beautiful and loved, but we are holding on to old systems. Where I work, I see people every day, all so closed off, and I once wondered, because I wasn't around it a whole lot, except for my family. I thought that was, almost had the audacity to think that was the exception. No, that was the common thing, unfortunately, of that generation. The thought being that we cannot change, we have to stay the same. That we have to limit ourselves. That we have to take ourselves and we have to put ourselves in boxes, and we have to use currency, and eventually, corporates get bigger and people make money off it, the few control the many, and we end up in a soul-sucking slavery where we end up inside of a tiny box, and we sit there, and from a famous quote from video, "You gotta get mad," and I don't know, there's actually another video, it goes completely, the whole movie to it. You sit alone inside your house and you look at your toaster and your TV and you ask, the walls get small and you're like, please just leave me alone, let me live my life. That is not what I want to do. But I don't want to get mad either. I want to change it. I want to take my heart, myself, and put it out there to help people in the smallest ways possible and in the greatest ways possible. I want to bloom and make this something that is beautiful, as great, stronger, better. My hope is that the world can change, that we can become better than what we were, and that we continue to advance ourselves, and hopefully move beyond this paltry form of what we call capitalism, of what we call an economy, which is truthfully just a dichotomy, where the rich steal from the poor. We have the ability to change all that. It only takes 10% of a population, 10% of a population, to instigate real big change, and real big thought process, and thought-provoking change. I want to share this video. And if you want to share it, and if you have a dream where the world becomes truly free and beautiful, where we dissolve violence and old ways, where we take ourselves and we put ourselves into a beautiful future, you have that dream, please show this. Because it only takes 10% of the population. It only takes a little bit of provoking thought process to change the world, to change a community, to change whatever it is. Once you hit that 10%, the change becomes very rapid, very quick. The thoughts that come and becomes something that's said over the radio, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it becomes something that is thought-provoked, that is brought out there. We have the ability to change it, not through violence, no, through our hearts and through our efforts, whatever those efforts may be to better the world. Peace, love, and happiness, guys.